Broadcasting from the top of the skyscraper that is the Markham Hall on the Rogers State University campus in Claremore. It's Green Country's most exciting radio show, Free Association. And now, here is the Fort Smith Fireball, your champion of chicken, and your deluxe dueling DJ, Mark Lane.
Hello, individuals in Green Country, and welcome to this edition of Free Association. I am, after all, Mark Lane, and I want to make this point very clear. RSU Radio is a lot like a cafe, and I am the short order cook who will fix up a request for you at 343-7913. But enjoy some of the appetizers and some of the snacks that I have for you in today's cafe as well, such as the headlines. That's a big appetizer. Don't you like the snack of me commenting about what's going on in my life? Or joke time, don't you like those snacks as well? Well, listen to the end of the show because we'll have a pretty good dessert for you. All right, here on Cafe 91.3 FM, Free Association. Here's Moondoggies with Tidelands on 91.3. Thank you, thank you. That was Kings of Leon with Back Down South right here on Free Association. I'm Mark Lane, the Sultan of Segways, and we're going to go ahead and get to a request, Pixies with Where's My Mind, right here momentarily. But what's with all the people calling in with requests all of a sudden? What's the deal with that? Nobody's studying for finals? That's where their mind is. It's not on finals, evidently. It's on 91.3 FM, Real College Radio, and I can't blame you for it being on 91.3 FM. So, oh, you ever remember those Facebook groups that people would start up, and they had various interests? Like, some people would join them just to make statements, like what people do now, where they say they like something. In the old days, I feel like an old-timer talking to my 12-year-old nephew on Facebook now. Hey, see, now, Sonny, in the old days on Facebook, we didn't have stuff you could like. What you had to do if you liked something was you had to make a group, see? And you had to join the group to show that you liked it. No, but really, but anyway, I've gone back and looked at those groups. They now have spam on their walls for, like, diet pills and so forth. It's crazy, you know, but hit us up on Facebook, why don't you? Facebook.com/RSU Radio. Again, Pixies with Where Is My Mind. The request line is open at 343-7913. Houses with Reds right here on Free Association. I'm Mark Lane, and the phone line is open at 343-7913 if you have a request. So anyway, like I was talking about in the last break there, one of the places that's looking to hire me as an intern out there in Washington, D.C. is PBS for their show To the Contrary, which is a women's show. It's about women's issues. They have women panelists. There's nothing but women on the show, but they want me to help work behind the scenes, you know, edit video, write the script, come up with show ideas. I don't know why they want me. Let's hope it's not because they took a letter of recommendation from my older brother who likes to tease me. No, but really, I think it would be a good opportunity, and I'm not scared because it's a bunch of women or whatever. So what? You know, I don't get this idea where I just don't fit. I don't agree with some of the gender roles that you got to be scared of going shopping with girls, for instance, or stuff like that. I take a totally clinical approach to these kind of things. But anyway, let's say I do end up interning for To the Contrary. I have to come up with show ideas. So maybe jokes like these would help me create some topics for some of the shows I might be working on. So here we go. Here's some jokes about men. For instance, how do men define a 50-50 relationship? We cook, they eat, we clean, they dirty. We iron, they wrinkle. Okay, how do men exercise on the beach? By sucking in their stomachs every time they see a bikini. How do you keep your husband from reading your email? Rename the mail folder Instruction Manuals. What's a man's idea of honesty in a relationship? Telling you his real name. And finally, what did God say after creating man? I can do so much better. Hey, you gotta laugh at yourself every now and then. You can't take yourself too seriously. Even Will Rogers said that. Here's two Two Door Cinema Club with What You Know, right here on Free Association. Old 97s with Every Night is Friday Night Without You, right here on Free Association. That was a request, and I, Mark Lane, will put a request in for you if you give me a call at 343-7913. Before that, we had the Two Door Cinema Club with What You Know, and then before that, Houses with Reds. And what's the deal with this Facebook stuff? I don't get this. Everybody's sending a number around to everybody, and then they respond to that number. And, of course, it's the sycophantic type stuff. I mean, I feel like I'm reading the Sammy Maudlin show off of SCTV right on my Facebook here. Like, listen to this. You are hilarious and lots of fun. This is on one of my friends' status updates. She was responding to somebody else. You are hilarious and lots of fun. Even when you may not be having a great day, you always make us laugh, but you think deeply too, which is pretty cool. You're a good friend, and I'm really glad I know you. I would like to see one where you send somebody a number, and then they respond to the number, and the person says something like, you got halitosis, your fingernails are always too long, I hate the way you laugh, and how come all your shirts have wrinkles, and quit hitting on my sister. I'd like to read something like that instead of the sycophantic stuff, you know? So, well, if you're looking for something different with regards to your Friday nights, maybe you ought to change up your routine and listen to the Friday Night Wrap-Up, hosted by Tip Toasty. What does this guy host every show on here besides my show? Friday Night Wrap-Up, Friday nights from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Plays you the best in underground rap and hip-hop for 7 straight hours right here on 91.3 FM. So listen for that on Friday nights. Okay, after the break we have, what do we have? Cold War Kids with Louder Than Ever. Oh yeah, because that's a request. Do you have one? Let me know at 343-7913. Mark Ronson with You Gave Me Nothing right here on what else? Who do you think it is? Free Association with Mark Lane. And it feels like this song played last week as well, and I made the comment, yeah, Mark Ronson doesn't give you anything, but I, Mark Lane, give you something. I have a niggling feeling in my mind that that's exactly what happened last week, but who cares about last week? I'd like to tell you what happened Sunday morning. So it's about 8:30 Sunday morning, and I'm sleeping in, gonna have a dream about going to church, and so I hear this knock at the door, this faint knock. And I think, what am I hearing that? What is that? I'll ignore it. Maybe it'll go away. Well, that knocking didn't go away, that faint knocking. And I thought, oh my gosh, it is somebody. Who could it be at 8:30 in the morning? So I get up out of bed, and I go and answer the door. And there standing in the doorway is my landlord's 90-year-old father. Who this guy, it's amazing. He's like Methuselah. You know, he's 90 years old. He can still move around fairly well, still drives a car. He asked me if, and he talks in this gentlemanly southern accent, because I think, the family is originally from Mississippi, so he asks me if you could help me move this refrigerator in the back of my truck over to the White House over here. I live next to they have a conference room or something that they do for some of their Bible church work or whatever. They have Christian meetings over there at the house next door to me. So anyway, so that's where he wanted me to move the refrigerator, and I was thinking, this has got to be out of a dream. I get up out of bed on a Sunday morning to help my landlord's 90-year-old grandfather, a 90-year-old dad, move a refrigerator out of the back of his truck. And it's standing there. Look, it was like a big, heavy refrigerator. And so the guy thought that he could take a two-wheeler and simply pull it off the back of the bed of the truck, and nothing would happen. Never mind the fact that there's about 3 feet between the tailgate and the ground. I'm thinking this is going to be a disaster. So we go to move it, according to his suggestions, of course. Put the dolly under there and then move it back. And so as we're moving it back, the two of us, the frail 90-year-old guy and then me moving the thing out of the back of the truck, I'm thinking this thing's going to fall on me. I know it is. So let's make sure it doesn't fall on anybody, because we sure don't want it to fall on him either. So I moved the thing to where it's hanging out the back of the truck, and he still wants to like move it. He thinks you can take the back of it and then move it out. And so I told him, no, look, this is how you got to do it. Take the thing, flip it upside down, turn the fridge completely upside down. Then after that, we'll turn it over on its side again, and then we'll lift it back upright, and then we'll put it on the dolly. And so that's what we did. And then after that was done, in the cold 30-degree weather, I went back to bed and tried to go to sleep, but I couldn't because of such a weird experience like that happened on a Sunday morning. You know, but that's just the kind of weird stuff that happens to me. Here's Rat-a-Tat with Sunblocks on Free Association. And the request line is still open if you want to request it. 343-7913.